This real Ghana boxing. Aquaba, welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit the like or dislike button. This real Ghana boxing. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your time. Hit the like or dislike button. But we trying to become the most entertaining boxing outlet online. Okay. Now let's talk about something very important in Ghana. Why is football still on the forefront in front of boxing when boxing is producing the most champions of recent years? Last time any national team of last time Ghana won a damn anything has been in 2010 or no, I don't even know. They haven't won anything because they placed 7th in 2010 on the World Cup stage. In the African games, the best they placed, second in 2009, 2014. Recently, they got booted out by Tunisia, a weak team in Tunisia. And all this time, they making the most money. Like the coach is making a lot of money. The players getting paid handsomely, to leave Europe to play for the national team. And then they go back to Europe. Now, all this time while the youth of Ghana struggling in Bukom, lacking serious funds, can they even get 10% of what the Ghana national team is getting paid to lose? Ghana national team is getting paid handsomely to lose. While the youth grinding, they have no funding, no public funding to produce. They still producing champions in Bukom. Richard Comey of recent years, the IBF lightweight champ, still lightweight champ currently. Isaac Dogbe was the WBO featherweight champ. Junior featherweight, 122 pounds. What was the champ, and still on a major stage, major fighter. Patrick Alate is coming up September 14th, getting ready to challenge the WBO junior middleweight champion Jaime Munguia in the California, U.S. major championship fight. Is it being spoken of on the Ghana TV? No. What they talking about is football, European football. Talking about occasionally some Ghana football member or some Ghanaian that plays in Europe. Oh, this is crazy, man. While you have in your backyard in Bukom, you have some of the best fighters that could be born, but they don't have the training. Okay, let's talk about the training. Let me just chop it down real quick. They have the same old training. Where is the hiring of diverse trainers to come in and teach agility skills, better conditioning, better sports nutrition? These things are supposed to be talked about in the sports ministry. What is the job of the sports ministry? What are they doing? Are they doing their job? What are they doing? What's the point of sitting in a position if you're not going to do anything? Okay, now that's what's lacking on the training side, because there's no trainers from the outside coming in, unless there's plenty of private people that do it. We don't have to know about. I don't know about everybody, but there's no initiative to bring in. There's no set plan from the sports ministry or anybody. Ghana Boxing Federation, they just sent some guys to the African games. They all lost, but there's some good fighters that went. They could have been even better if they would have been exposed to better equipment, better training. They would have placed higher. They would have beaten some other Africans that took place in that fought in that tournament. What about the AIBA tournament? Why is there no representatives from Ghana going to the AIBA tournament? That's a major international boxing tournament. There's plenty of international boxing tournaments that youth could be going. That's how they're going to get better. They travel and fight other fighters from different countries at a young age. That's how. But even still, the youth, they still coming out. The champions still being made. Richard Comey, like I said, is a prime example. And then let's talk about the equipment that they had. They working on old equipment, and they still doing what they had. See, that's what I'm telling you. If they even had 10% of the funds that go to football, what could happen with boxing in Ghana? What could happen? Even 10% of the coaches getting paid crazy amount, they're getting paid handsome rewards for losing. The players are getting paid handsome, massive awards for losing. Coming up 7th place, they getting paid a lot of money, So anyways, what else is needed? Little materials that train hand-eye coordination in boxing. One of the most major things you need to have is timing in boxing. We already know the power. The Ghanaians got power, but without timing, that means nothing. What about just basic materials, basic equipment that's needed? And also the protection. They need education. We need to protect these young Ghanaian youth fighters. you know, because they being taken advantage of, whether it be by coaches or management. You know, they're just there to be used to make a quick buck, and then their career is thrown away because it wasn't carefully watched over. You know, there needs to be a lot of things. Now, I could do my part individually, and I do that, but what about the sports ministry? You know, what is their job? Why is there a sports ministry? What is that? You know, why is it that there's no funding being put into boxing? That's the major question here. I can go on and on and on, but this is a video about when is boxing going to take the forefront of sports in Ghana, because there's no other sport that's producing champions like that. None. Football ain't doing it, and they've been pumping money into football for years. Man, this is real Ghana boxing, man. And I'm always gonna support the local fighters, the guys who's grinding. I'm on a real level. We hitting the pavement and we looking at what's going on there. You know, what's going on, like Marvin Gaye. You know, y'all know who Marvin Gaye is. Man, we all know who he is, and we know that Ghanaians produce some of the best boxers on nothing. They fighting on E, and they still building champions, man. This is real Ghana boxing.